On July 10th, 2013, this is BridgeHands lesson number 11, day 2. Greeting Bridge friends, Michael here at BridgeHands, and welcome you back to our next advanced lesson where we will continue our bidding journey learning the 2/1 system. Now, if you missed our prior show or need to brush up on the 2/1 bidding and associated forcing one no trump call by responder, then feel free to go back to advanced lesson number 10. So in today's lesson, we will turn our attention to partnership agreements, starting off with possible bidding variations for the forcing one no trump, or whether or not it is not forcing in various auctions. In later lesson segments, we will address openers' rebids after partner responds with a game forcing 2/1 bid. And here again, you will find players and even bridge teachers have variations on the requirements for a major suit rebid, when to rebid to no trump, and whether or not bidding in a higher ranking suit by the opener requires extra values. Of course, as always, the proof of the pudding is in the proverbial eating. So over the course of this episode, if time allows, we will cover 10 hands to whet your appetite for a tasty dessert. And of course, if your time is short and you feel life is too uncertain not to eat your desserts first, then feel free to log in at www.bridgehands.com, jumping to the end of part 3, and finish with a recap of our recommended 2/1 partnership agreements. Then come back to the end of this lesson for highlights associated with thoughts on the trade-offs on the forcing, semi-forcing, and non-forcing no-trump calls in various situations. Okay, so let's get started. Well, with a good 5 on up to a bad 12 points, and without support, over partner's one heart or one spade opener, making a forcing one no trump bid is perfect. Still, we need a handful of agreements. As an unpassed hand, the classic agreement for 2/1 players is that to play one round forcing as an unpassed hand, a UPH, and assuming no interference. Of course, bridge players, bidders as they are, and being a creative types, with some time left on their hands, love to come up with their own concoctions. So wouldn't you know, a few like to play that the forcing one no trump can be made with an unlimited point range. According to their perspective, this allows them to bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds and promise a 5-card suit, hopeful to find those elusive minor suit slams that can be challenging for most of us mortals to bid. They would bid one no trump without a 5-card minor. Still, for most of us, we limit the range for our one no trump response to around 12 points, or perhaps a really bad 14-pointer with a stray singleton or doubleton secondary honor that appears to be doomed to be smothered by the opponent's primary honors. So, most of us will use the tried and true forcing one no trump range with 6 to 11 points, pressing to a good 5 or a bad 12-pointer. But wait, the plot thickens. What happens if responder is a passed hand? Is one no trump non-forcing? Or is one no trump semi-forcing? Open door number 3, is one no trump still forcing? Inquiring minds simply must know. Okay, let's take a look at the trade-offs and the consequence. First up, enter the one no trump call, serve forcing to suit your taste. The yeas say we can make a temporizing bid with a bladed trump support. A one heart, one no trump call could be made with 3 hearts. And so, well, with an invitational values of 10 to a bad 12-point hand, responder begins bidding one no trump, followed up by a jump to 3 hearts, warning partner that the major suit is only 3 in length. Or perhaps partner is responding with a poor hand, maybe holding only 1 cover card, an ace or a king, and a flat 4-3-3-3 hand with no chance of roughing a side suit. Thus, when the bidding proceeds, 1 heart, 3 hearts, responder is happy to share the good news promising 4 trump and 10 to 11 points. With 12 points and 4 trumps, you pretty much know you belong in game, so make your temporizing bid followed by a jump to game in partner's major. That might be 1 no trump and then 4 of the major, or it could be 2 of a minor and then 4 of partner's major, depending upon your style. A further argument can be made for those playing the so-called constructive raises with 2.5 cover cards, 8 to 10 points, and 3 or 4 trumps. They bid 1 heart, 2 hearts constructively, or begin with a forcing 1 no trump, followed by a 2-level bid in partner's major with those so-so hands that don't have 2.5 cover cards. And what have the nays to say? The partnership can never park the contract at 1 no trump, since the opener is always and forever committed to rebid something. The defense rests, and as their main agreement, what do you think? The verdict? Well, for most players, the yays have it playing the forcing 1 no trump bid as on by an unpassed hand. And for the counter arguments, what have ye to say? Well, enter the non-forcing and semi-forcing no trump. Now, whatever that means. Yes, we have already heard the non-forcing argument about missing the occasional opportunity to play in 1 no trump when both the responder and the opener have poor hands. So what else have ye to say? When you have initially passed and then partner opens in the 3rd or 4th seat, now which should opener rebid after the responder makes a 1 no trump call as a passed hand? If partner is of the opinion that they can pass, assuming your passed hand, non-forcing, no trump bid is played as non-forcing, then with 3 or more trump, you had better make an appropriate trump call in support of partner's major. Otherwise, if partner passes your intended forcing bid as a passed hand, partner stands a good chance to get set. But some like to play passed hand no trump calls as semi-forcing, expecting 3rd or 4th seat opener to resurrect some sort of bid, except with a really nasty hand that you might be embarrassed to table as a dummy. In fact, some players go so far as to play semi-forcing no trump responses on even after an unpassed hand, rather than playing forcing more trump. Now, more on that later. And the verdict is, for passed hand bidders, the vote is close to a draw, with some for it and others opposed. And for those who use the ACBL, the American Contract Bridge League convention card, when playing duplicate bridge, next to the forcing 1 no trump box, they enter UPH, unpassed hand, or either do not check the other box, or perhaps they might use PH, passed hand, next to the semi-forcing box. Of course, there are a few out there that insist on forcing no trump bids are always being on. So if your new pickup partner appears to play lots of bells and whistles, you ought to avoid surprises and ask. These days, the saying, don't ask, don't tell, is passé. Nowadays, it's ask and you shall receive, Bridge Kemosabe. So don't ride alone as a Lone Ranger. But let's explore this further. Okay, more on no trump forcing or not. So even playing an unpassed hand, or UPH if you want to impress your colleagues with lingo, some players, and I have been in this camp with some of my partners, prefer to play responders 1 no trump call is only semi-forcing. And the semi-forcing no trump, what is that call all about? No, it doesn't have anything to do with tractor trailers. It means that you may have a constructive hand, so partners should not pass unless they opened a really lousy hand in 3rd seat. Still, regardless if playing UPH or not, as responder, your 1 no trump bid is or may not be taken as forcing. Then, obviously, playing semi-forcing no trump, and especially playing the non-forcing no trump method, you would never make a call with more than a poor to average 3-card support of partner's major suit. So say goodbye to responder showing a belated trump support. And say la vie to the thought of bidding 1 no trump with a non-constructive raise followed by a trump raise. That is, unless you are either feeling lucky or have a busy bidding partner that sings like a canary and either never passes below the 2 level or does not have much confidence in your no trump play. What's that? Okay, when responder's 1 no trump bid is non-forcing. Now, partner opens one spade. Well, you only have 8 hard card points. You appreciate the playing strength of your cover cards, 2 primary honors, and Jack third in partner's suit. So what do you think? Well, we are happy to bid 2 spades with 6 to 9 points and 3 trump. And even if we were playing constructive raises with partner with 2.5 cover cards, 2 spades would be our call, rather than 1 no trump as a forced hand, and then rebidding 2 spades, which would be weaker. So by the way, you can tell by my emphasis here that I like to play constructive raises with 2.5 covers. Yes, true. They don't seem to mix well when playing semi-forcing no trump responses, yet in practice, at least my partners seldom pass, and even when one does, we usually end up with a fine auction that one does not usually end up having to worry about partner's passed hand, with extras or not. Okay, well, how about when responder has 1 no trump and it's non-forcing? Well, this time we are the first to bid, or I should say call, since we pass with 6 points and only 1 primary honor. Over to partner comes 1 spade. Now what? Well, despite a nasty 4-3-3 flat hand, in fact, we do have 6 points and 3 trump, so unless you are at least playing a strongish semi-forcing no trump, like me, when your bid is played as non-forcing, then you should support partner with 3 trump and 6 to 9 points. And this is not the best 6-pointer I've seen, but thank goodness there is a 10 with the jack. True. With only 1/2 cover card and a nasty flat hand, we wish we could make a forcing no trump call followed by a lackluster 2 spade call. But bids are not made on wishes, so for better or worse, 2 spades is going to be our call here. Okay, now let's look at opener rebids. Now partner begins opening in a major. We respond with a forcing no trump call covering the range of a good 5 onto a bad 12-pointer. Bid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds in your longer minor suit, hopefully 4 in length, but even if it's a 3-bagger and we have less than 19 points and not a flat hand, that is our bid. What is the asterisk, you ask? Well, every once in a while, with a 4-5-2-2 hand and less than 17 points, we have the memorable opportunity to rebid a 2-card club suit. Yikes. That's not so good. So don't fuss, just do it while praying partner will make a bid or else have at least 5 cards in the suit if they're going to pass. That's what bridge players are made of, right? Okay, with a 6-card suit and a minimum hand, as always, we are happy to rebid our suit with a 6-card major in search of the 8-card golden fit with our partner. Hopefully, partner has a doubleton. This time, would we be happy to accept that doubleton even with 2 babies, showing belated support, and we have an 8-card fit. Now, rebidding 2 no trump ought to show a good 17 to 18 points and is strongly invitational with a balanced hand. We'll come back to that more again later. So with a huge 19 to 21 point hand, enthusiastically make a strong jump shift, skipping the 3 level in our second suit to a game forcing bid all the way. And while not quite as strong, with 6 losing trick count and around 16-ish points, I suppose, including a 6-card suit, or maybe a fantastic 5er with the suit quality approaching 9. Recall suit quality, that's using the number of honors plus the length of the suit. So 5-card suit, 4 honors, 100 honors, that would be suit quality of 9. 6 long and 3 honors, sure, that's 9 also. You might even be ace, king, queen with 5. You should only lose 1 if partner's got some level of support. You only lose the jack with jack 4th against you. So we make an inspired jump to 3 level in our major in those situations. Now, going back to our 19 to 21 point hand, with a balanced hand, we rebid, yes, 3 no trump. A la, the one who knows, goes. And of course, with a 7 or great 6 bagger and a suit quality of 9 plus, along with a 5 losing trick count hand, we jump to game in our major, assuming that our partner has 2 cover cards. Good partners too, don't they? That will reduce our losers down to 3, and that gives us our major suit game. Okay, everyone lives happily ever after so far, right? Right. Let's take a look now at openers, rebids. This time we will hone in on the auction where partner specifically opens 1 spade and no surprise. Here our partner does not have 12 high card points and insufficient spade support. Responder makes the ubiquitous catch-all 1 no trump forcing bid. No surprise there. Blessed with 19 to 21 points and 4 hearts, we make a game forcing strong jump shift to 3 hearts. As before, with our 11 to 18 pointer, we settle for a seemingly innocuous 2 heart rebid that might be worth 6 to 7 losers. But we ought not to count our eggs before our chickens have hatched. Remember that we do not count LTC, losing trick count, until we have a bona fide fit with our partner support. And despite holding a 5 card heart suit, I highly doubt that the suit quality is 9, a semi-self-sustaining suit, or a very good 8 to the ace, king, queen, and too little. Okay then, it's time to address that troublesome hand where the dealer dared to give you a 4, 5, 2, 2 shape. 4 spades, 5 hearts, 2 in each of the minor. We start off bidding 1 heart, and wouldn't you know, partner does not cooperate, bidding 1 spade and instead bids 1 no trump. Uh-oh. With 11 to 16 points, we rebid 2 clubs, although if you held 2 toppers and diamonds, I suppose you could make an argument for choosing it over 2 clubs, both doubletons. Recall the rule of bidding suits. With 5-5, we start off with a higher ranking suit. With 4-4 or 3-3, we bid them up the line. Now, no one ever made a stinking rule for 2-2, did they? So we're on our own. And before your next game, consider playing the Flannery convention, where opening 2 diamond bid is an artificial convention showing 4 hearts, 4 spades, and 5 hearts with this 11 to 15 point hand. But others want different uses for the 2 diamond bid, preemptive or something else. Well, okay, with 17 plus points, or a good 16 count distribution, that's length, not shortness, finally we can make a reverse bid starting with 1 heart, and after partners 1 no trump, we can rebid 2 spades. Well, since partner would be stuck for a rebid at the 3 level, it's clear that you need extra values to make a reverse, bidding a higher ranking suit, spades, and then breaking the barrier to a higher level, first to enter the 2 level. Incidentally, with a weak hand and a long minor suit, seasoned bridge players like to use a 2 no trump rebid by responder after a reverse to request opener to rebid 3 clubs so they can pass or to correct it to 3 diamonds. Okay, even still, opener is not obligated to follow the suggestive bid when holding game values of a good 18 points on up to a solid 19 to 21 point hand that begs to play in game, either in 3 no trump or 4 hearts with a 5-2 fit, I suppose. Okay, let's take a look at some more openers, rebids. Beginning 1 heart and 1 spade, while this start is just straight bridge and has nothing to do with the 2-over-1 system, let's give it a glance. Rebidding 1 no trump shows 12 to 14 points. A sign-off bid with no surprises, twists or turns here. Obviously, opener has a balanced 5-3-3-2 shape. Ditto with other rebids that proceed the same as we've just covered. The point is that playing 2-over-1 with the non-forcing no trump response or not, when holding a 5-3-3-2 shape and spread honors with 15 to 17 points, carefully consider opening 1 no trump to ensure that you don't get caught in a trap. Of course, if all your honors are in the major and one other suit, then you might think twice about opening one no trump, since the hand really is not balanced. And no, I do not much like the idea of opening one of a major and rebidding a 3-card minor, but it sure beats rebidding one no trump with 15 to 17 points, eh? Well, okay, bridge thrill seekers, it's time for us to head to the table and play a few hands before continuing our lesson on 2 over 1 bids and the need for your partnership agreements that you and your partner may not have considered. Now, if you have a free Premium or Ultra BridgeHands membership, after viewing Part 1B, where we bid and play several hands, please log on and proceed to Part 2 and Part 2B with to be or not to be? Yes, with more bidding and play. And for our loyal Premium and Ultra members, be sure to tune in on Part 3, where we cover 3 different 2 over 1 bidding styles by top bridge authors. Yes, I promise to share my favorite approach with you and your partner. As always, thank you for your time and support, and I look forward to seeing you soon with more Chalk Talk plus over 10 bridge hands here at BridgeHands. So, bye for now.